why we are designing such an event screen, a UI screen, right? So before we start off, so we're gonna be seeing my first ever UI that I created. This is my first ever mock-up screens, high fidelity. So I mean, there's a lot of things, man. I mean, look at this. So I've added things I didn't even know how it worked. So this was an app. You just click on the play button and get to you guys on how exactly this works, right? Give me a moment, give it a moment to load. It's going to take some time. Right, do not use this flow, use this flow. So I have roughly around, say, 4, 3, 12, 12, 13, 14, 15 screens. So I was part of this Google UX course, right? Google UX certification. So in that is where I did this. Right? This is where that is where I had to do a screen of different varieties. I had to do a full app. So if you see how the app worked was, you could book events from any part of the world, and here you would have this option, right? So you can see how this works, right? Have the load more option, then you click on select. Okay, I don't know why this is not working. Okay, I have to click on compare events, right? So once I click on compare events, you can see here also you can move it. So here is an event listing, and even in the first page you had the event listing, and here you could click on add, you could click on compare option, and you could add location, distance, time, and all of those things, right? So what I would do next is I'll click on add, and you would be able to compare two different events, and then you click on compare selected events, and you would have two different events. You would be like, okay, which event do I choose, right? We're going to know the differences. Then this will read out. This had a accessibility feature which you could read it out, and you could get to know which event you need to go to, right? The difference would be shown here, the price, the distance, and I'll click on select, and one event would be selected. I'll click on proceed to payment. You want to confirm? Yes, I do want to confirm. And there's something, and book event, and come back to again the first page. So coming back here to the home, here I've had uh, the way I did it was, previously I didn't know you had an option of fixed position when scrolling. So I used to create this whole thing as a totally different frame inside this frame, and go to prototype, vertical scrolling, overflow. I mean, I used to keep this frame smaller and then add all the events, and then it was a big hustle. So now in the future videos, or maybe the next video itself, I want to use the similar elements. We are going to recreate this, but without having the complication of so many things, right? If we already have the list, right, we're going to be using the similar list, and you guys are going to be learning what I could have done better to make your UI easier. All right, so for that we will be actually, so let me start here. Let me take a phone, and for the phone I'll be taking a iPhone 13 Pro Max. Right, so I'm going to use the similar elements for the time being. We could make the buttons better. I'm going to show you to add animations and all these things. So we got this up, Then the add events compare option. I'm gonna copy this too. So you see, I fixed this outside the screen. Right, I'm fixing this outside the screen. So I'm gonna make this whole thing into a frame. Because now I'm used to getting each thing as frame. I'm gonna make each of this button as a frame. Or I think what I could do is I'll just click on ungroup, right? So I'll click on ungroup on this as well, right? This ungroup this as well, right? So guys, you're definitely gonna be having a lot of fun looking on how we are gonna be doing this, right? So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna make this button into a frame. So I made it into a frame, right? This all will be text, text. Right, I'm gonna get all of this together. Control G, make this also into frame, event, frame. So I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna paste this, paste, 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 paste. I'm gonna keep pasting. So I have quite a few. So I'll show you one neat trick. I'm just gonna get all of this together, group it, right? All events grouped. Right, I'm gonna click on auto layout and look at this. I'm gonna click on center alignment. I'm gonna be like, so that we just have this one button and I just got all of this into one place. Right, and the next element we're going to be using is the navigation bar. Control C and give it a Control V. Okay, so what's happened is to ungroup this. I don't know why is this working as a group. Yeah, so this is made into one group. Right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna extend on the rectangle. I'm gonna keep all the buttons the same size as well. Right, and now click on this, and you're gonna see here how it works currently, how it's working. There's a neat tricks which will save you time. So what I'll do is, okay, what happened? I'm gonna design. Okay, so I'm gonna show it to the end example. So it looks, then hey, what's happened? Oh, let me do one thing. Let me make this also into frame. keep this out for now. Let us see how this works. Can you see this? How the scroll shows up here. Fine. Now, able to see this. Now the navigation bar, I have to place it in the bottom. Should I need brick? Yeah, so this is there. So next, now what will happen is this whole thing will move. Can you see this? So I'm going to click on fix position and scrolling. If you see this, you can see this doesn't move. Cool, right? And the next thing that we will be adding be all these elements. Copy this and paste it here. Okay, so I'll take this separately. This one could be made bigger. I think the timing and all that not required. And add events to compare. I'll just get this whole thing down. Right, and what I want to do here is I'm going to add another white layer. I'm going to make this same color as this. Right, so as you can see here, you're not able to see this. And what I'll do is I'll click on Ctrl G, and this will be called events compare. I'll be making this into a frame, a beautiful frame, right? Right, so what I'm going to do here is horizontal padding, maybe give it a 40. Right, it's fine. Go down a bit. I'm going to click on this and give this also fixed position when scrolling. Right, now this is there and this. Now you'll see right now why I have something else. Okay, so this one also I must fix while scrolling. But I'll add the timing also. But I'm gonna fix on scroll for this and also fix this. Yeah, okay, there's a gap here. Give horizontal maybe a 10. Yeah, can you see this how this works? And now we are gonna add one more trick to this. Right, this add button. I'm gonna create a copy and I'm gonna put it here. So when we come over this, I would want to change the color of the button. Make it something like this, kind of an orange, and I would add something like a black stroke. Right, so now I'm going to click on prototype and come over this. While hovering, again, not navigate, open overlay, and click on manual. Right, so similarly I'm going to click, let me add it for the first few buttons. Alright, so here we go, and can you see this? This one, while hovering, right, and this two while hovering. Right, so here you see add, add, add. I mean, it doesn't work for these, but you can see the animation that's added here. Yeah, that's one trick. So we have added that. And when you click on this, there should be a tick mark, and we can add this whole thing as a tick mark. Example would be something like this. Right, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna get it here. Hey, okay, wait, let me see why I didn't get that whole thing. Right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make this into a frame. Select it. Right, got a prototype. I'm gonna take this away from here, and I'm gonna put it here for this. Right, and I'm gonna do open overlay, manual, right, and manually it's gonna be here. Right, animation instant dissolve. Okay, let's try this out. So you saw that? Okay, this background, we'll have to do something. Let's try this now. Okay, let's restart. Oh, this adds the background for the whole thing. Okay, got it. So one more option to mitigate this would be to add a background behind this, a white color, so this one wouldn't be able to see. So guys, this is how. Right, wait. I can do one more thing, and that would be, yeah. So you can see, and this is how we add multiple interactions. And you can add one more interaction here by making it while hovering, right? So look at this. Oh, it's moving in. Right, well, yeah. See this? This is more nice. So you click on this, then things are added. Right on tap. So we have multiple layers, and this is how it works. So guys, you gotta see how to use fixed scrolling